Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And we're going to talk about this article, this survey that was done. It turns out that Americans, get this is going to shock you. Americans don't like businesses to be political.
What?
I know, right? We're gonna talk about this. Basically, just sell us stuff and shut up. Mm-hmm. That's all you gotta do. Sell us good stuff.
Yeah, we don't need
shut up.
We don't need you to tell us who to vote for, or any of that crap. We don't need it.
No, so this is actually a Gallup survey that they want these businesses to stay silent, and we've been covering this the last week or two now. That it does seem like wokeness is dying. Basically, people are done with it. They're over it. Businesses are over it. They found out it did not make money. And or the people that were lending out money based on how woke you were no longer have the money to lend out. So
Shocker.
So it's like, no more free money. Guess what? Woke train's over, guys. It's all over. So let's talk about this, because this is like everybody. This isn't just like a minority. This is like the general public doesn't want your business getting overly political. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. Guys, you'll get woohoo if you do.
Woohoo.
So how I found out about this was actually from the information they sent out an email blast, and they're talking about this guy, Robbie Starbuck, not to be confused with Starbucks.
Okay. Or Battlestar Galactica.
Battlestar Galactica, yeah, Robbie Starbuck. They're like, write his name down because he's a conservative activist becoming a force within our world pretty shortly. He's the one they're saying. Now, you have to realize the information is pretty left-leaning, right? They said he bullied Harley Davidson into changing its operations.
Whoa, wait a minute. We've been calling this shit out for a while now.
Yeah.
But remember his name. Okay.
Well, no, because they're saying he's public enemy number one, because this is one guy going around to all these companies and telling them you need to stop being
that doesn't make sense.
Activists.
That doesn't make sense, though. Because think about it. They were all joining the activism train because everybody that was working for them and all the internet was telling them they need to be on there. And one guy tells them they probably shouldn't do it, and they're going to listen to the one guy.
I think what is actually going on is they're looking at the bottom line. And they're like, we tried the woke stuff for, 5 or 6 years now. God, our business is in the gutter right now.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what it is.
Wow.
I think they're shifting on their own. And this guy just happens to be the one that's talking to them. Because I don't buy for 1 minute one guy bullied them into not using DEI stuff anymore. I don't buy it. I'm sorry.
So he went to John Deere and he went to Tractor Supply. We covered both of those companies as well. And they're like, well, Elon Musk likes him. Elon Musk has been retweeting him. And now, because tech has decided to abandon DEI, now everybody's going to abandon DEI. And it's all this guy's fault. And Elon Musk, too. It's just kind of like, but anyway.
Dan.
That's how we got to this Gallup poll, right?
We got to this Gallup poll because Musk and this guy named Starbuck.
This guy named Starbuck
somehow convinced all of these businesses to suddenly, and they're all are businesses that you would usually associate with people you would think were in like more of a conservative customer base. Yeah,
that made no damn sense.
So I don't believe it was this one guy, Elon Musk.
I think he is pointing it out, and I think what is going on,
He's saying the emperor's not wearing clothes.
Exactly. I think what's going on in tech, especially because Elon Musk showed you can walk into a company, fire half of the employees because they're worthless. Most of them are just DEI diversity hires.
Remember they said, it can't run without everyone.
Well, it's we could debate if it's making money or not, but it's still
I mean not that about making money, but like they're like, you can't get rid of all these people because if you do it'll collapse, and then it didn't.
It didn't. So then what happened after that? All these other tech companies started laying people off. And then what happened after that? The video game industry too. Yeah, let's lay some people off over there. And let's plead poverty. Guys, because of macroeconomic headwinds, we're going to have to lay y'all off. No, I think what's going on is a bunch of these guys got together and were like, how the hell do we get rid of these activists that we hired? Because as soon as we get rid of them, they're going to go screaming on social media. And, macroeconomic headwinds, guys. And once one domino got knocked over, they all got knocked over. And now it's like, you know what? Nobody likes this shit. They just don't. They don't like it. This is coming from Gallup. Americans still want business. They want businesses to stay quiet. on public policy.
Yeah. Shocker. Just because I buy your product does not mean that I want to hear what you have to tell me about your thoughts on whatever political, what who I should vote for or what I should do. It's like, that's not your place. Shut up, brand.
All right, so this takes us out to the Gallup poll. Americans still want businesses to stay quiet on public policy. Now, they are trying to spin it, I think, as well, some people still want it.
38%. That's 38% not the majority.
Want businesses to take a stance on current events. I don't even think it's that high.
Okay, wait. But the stances they're asking for: climate, mental health, and DEI. Okay. Climate, they're worried about because, they've been pushing that for a long time. So that one doesn't surprise me at all.
Mental health?
Mental health, I don't know. But there is a definite mental health crisis lately in the world, especially after the pandemic.
Especially tech, especially social media managers.
So I can kind of see that one. DEI, people are just over.
Bullshit.
But 38%. So that means that 62% don't want you to do it.
And this is the biggest shocker of them all. We need a Gallup poll to tell us this. Political endorsements may drive away more customers than they attract.
No.
What? They're
like alienating half your business. Customer base is stupid. Oh, no.
Well, sometimes it's
you don't
like
say.
People don't want to hear. They don't want to hear politics at all.
I don't either. That's what I think the people are at now. I think that's why they're turning their backs on Hollywood and everything else, because everything was, you couldn't even escape it with escapism, because even your escapism was politically charged and every agenda thing they could shove in there. People don't want to hear it. Like, they're to the place now, if you're like going to start going on about some kind of lecture about politics or any of that crap, they're going to turn their back on you because they don't want to hear it. They are inundated with it constantly.
So it says the results show Americans of nearly all age groups, genders, races, and partisan groups have become less likely to want to hear from businesses on current events over the past 2 years.
Yeah, because it was constantly shoved in your face.
Groups who were previously the most receptive to hearing from businesses are now considerably less likely to say so.
No.
In 2022, 3/4 of Democrats thought businesses should take a stand on current events. Yet over the past 2 years, that support has decreased by 22%.
Because it became constant. This is why you weren't allowed to do anything without being an agenda shoved down your throat. It was ridiculous. Unfortunately, I think the side effect, I was actually just talking about this with Pinky earlier today. The side effect from that is I think people have become a little more, less accepting of others than they used to be because of this push. And I think that's sad, but I think it's the reality.
Well, listen to this, because this is very telling, right? This is exactly what you would think it is. It said over the same period, Asian and Black adults have become 27 and 18% points less likely, respectively, to think businesses should speak out. The only groups who now express majority support for businesses taking public stands are LGBTQ plus adults, Black adults, and Democrats.
Oh, shocker.
And it's not even that. It's like 55%, 54%. Barely over half.
And this is also funny because I was talking to our daughter today about this situation, about how everything's changed over the years and how, back in the 80s, in the 90s, and even 2000s, there's like shows that were predominantly Black or shows that were like, very diverse, and movies and actors were very diverse. And no one thought anything of it. Like, it was like, oh yeah, did you catch that episode? Oh, I can't wait to see the new movie by so-and-so. Like, we didn't think anything of it. And I said the people who I think probably are the most upset about the fact that people are starting to, have negative feelings towards other groups they didn't have before. Probably the people that those groups, are like Black people and things like that. I said, they're probably pissed. I said to her today, they're probably pissed off because, now they're dealing with a lot of shit they weren't dealing with 20 years ago because of, I'm saying that they never dealt with it or that it went away. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is it's significantly more ramped up because they're trying to walk us back 50 years and then claim that, and that's what they're saying here, which I didn't even see this at that point.
Yeah, I would say that the most affected community is probably LGBTQ plus because
of
the extreme,
I was going to see
ill,
the T. T usually
there's definitely one particular segment of that tends to be a lot more vocal these days.
And what sucks there's a lot of the people that are trans that don't act like that, and I think it goes too far too. And they get lumped in as well. And it's not fair.
But you can see like it's 18 to 29. And even then, it's starting to wane, right?
Wow. Okay, Asian especially, 74%, 2022, 47%. Because, well, one of the reasons wasn't there recently, there were stories of these people that were like Asian students and they weren't getting into the colleges that they used to get into colleges because now they were like...
They're basically white. You're basically white if you're Asian.
Well, Asians are smart, so we need to let other people in. And I think it's biting them in the ass. Okay, Black or African Americans, 72% in 2022, 54% in 2024.
Yeah. Hispanic, Hispanic's about the same.
They didn't put up with bullshit then or now.
Yeah, pretty much. Even LGBTQ plus has declined somewhat. But here you can see, obviously Democrats wanted the most, 75% just 2 years ago. Now, like just a little over half are on board with the messaging in business. Independents, they dropped a little bit. Republicans were weirdly, Republicans want more. They want more of that My Pillow guy and Sticker Mule and whoever else is coming out.
I'm just tired of it. Yeah. Like I think the majority of people, I think most people are in the middle. You might be like moderately left, moderately right. I think most people have always traditionally been in the middle. You're not the extremes. And I think everybody in the middle, the tired middle, tired center, they're just sick to death of it. It's like, I just want to buy ketchup. I don't need to know who to vote for. I just want to go see an entertaining movie. I don't give a fucking shit. What agenda you want to show. I mean, I just want to see an entertaining movie that just happens to be, good characters, good story that might not be white, straight or male, but I don't want to be like ham-fisted, Yeah. It's not the kind of pounding I want.
Whoa. What kind of pounding do you want? Just asking for... I'd say asking for a friend.
Yeah, you asking for a friend, you made it worse. Yeah, just go back to this.
Anyway, so here's we've been talking about this. Like I think the woke train is pulling into the station. The fact that you've got the New York Times and the Atlantic saying it's freaking over. The fact that you're starting to see, and look, it's not all going to change overnight. Okay. Especially when it comes to entertainment, especially when it comes to Hollywood or AAA video games, that kind of, because these projects are years in the making, right? Something that was greenlit in 2018 might just be coming out now. And, but it does appear for the most part that businesses are starting to get the message from consumers, which is if you get political, we are going to close our wallets to you because we don't want to hear it. We don't want to hear Coke. Remember that whole thing, Coke?
I was thinking about that. Yeah.
Like they had that whole what was it, white fragility training or whatever? I'm like, yeah, but your polar bears are white.
Well, there you go.
Racist. And
but their skin underneath's black. So
this right here, this person right here is not going to buy shit from your company is the one
unless you're Adidas.
Unless you're Adidas. They probably came from the
And I can't tell what the logo on the backpack is because it's folded. But yeah.
Yeah, their parents bought it for them. But yeah, they're not going to buy your shit. They'll buy your shit. The people that complain the most about wanting all this activism in consumer products, and this is how I think these businesses made this huge fatal mistake of listening to social media, or at least listening to the wrong platform, listening to Twitter specifically, because you had a lot of social media managers that were on board with this, and they were probably convincing their boomer bosses that this is what people want. And we're seeing it firsthand. I just had a comment today on the comic book video I did talking about how, DC Comics sales are doing terrible. And this person claimed they used to work for Diamond. And they said, we saw it firsthand that these activists were telling these publishers to pivot everything, change all these characters, because there's this huge, massive, untapped audience out there. Look at all the upvotes. Look at all the likes.
But that doesn't spend as money.
They don't spend money. They're pirating your shit. If they're even
that isn't real currency.
No, that's like all those people complaining about The Acolyte getting canceled. Where were you? If there's so many of you, where were you? You weren't watching the show because it was the worst rated Star Wars on Disney Plus.
Who's the lowest viewed, too.
Lowest viewed.
So you can't blame that all on YouTubers. Yeah. But anyway, hooray! Everybody's the common sense might be winning out. I think it's going to out of necessity. Because like I said, as soon as the money runs out, that's when this shit stops. Because it was bankrolled artificially. Wait, go back down. Hold on. Who would go down? Who in the hell, keep going, would want a company to talk to you about abortion?
Oh, you'd be surprised.
Immigration policies. I don't.
You'd
why
be
would I need a
surprised.
company telling me about immigration policies?
You would be surprised. They expect companies that sell consumer products, right, and general entertainment, they expect you to be very, very vocal in your support for whatever the
I'll tell you
latest
what,
thing is.
we make books, and we're going to probably be making more and more things as we're working on some things now as we go on. And I can tell you with 100% certainty that we will make cute, fun stuff, and we will sell you what we say it is, and we are not going to try to tell you what to think, how to vote. We're not going to weigh in on any of this bullshit. We're just going to let you make up your own mind because you're an adult and you can make up your own damn mind. But we'll make fun, cute stuff and interesting stuff that you might want. But that's where we're going to stop. We're not going to tell you how to think at all.
No.
Even our videos. I don't take our word for it. Go look it up.
Yeah, those are our opinions. And just because we're associated with the company doesn't mean that we speak for everybody that works with the company or for the company. And, I think we've been pretty good about
We try to like say stuff. We try to like, provide evidence. Anyway, can we wrap this up?
Yeah, I
gotta go talk to your friend.
Oh no! Don't do that. Well, how does he vote? Is that what the problem is?
I love you. Anyway.
Yeah, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. We'll talk later.
Bye.